Well guys, what is up? My name is DJ Rick Webb. As always, welcome back to another gig log. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time. I am filming currently on my phone because when I went to leave from Athens to head back to Cambridge yesterday, I completely forgot to bring my camera bag. So this is what I'm filming on today. So we're going to go in the gym here in a second and I'll show you guys what we're setting up for this high school homecoming. So this is the side that we're working with. This is going to come down. We're not going to be over there at all. We're purely going to be on this side right here, setting up right here. So yeah, got the VRX subs on casters with the SRX tops tonight. Yeah, doing the mega T-bars up in the air, haze. We got a bunch of these. We got 100 or something of these. I think 150 of these to give out. Link to those in the description below if you guys want to check those out. Just little foam light up sticks. Alrighty guys, so setup has commenced here. Got the tops up. I'll walk you guys through here what we got. So far we got the SRX tops up here on top of the stands, up pretty high. Was a little bit of a feat to get them up there. Lined up the T-bars. Basically what I always like to do when I start out is I set the table in the middle of my setup, and then I grab all the tripods I'm going to use and I set them up equally spaced so that I can get my spacing correct, because I'm very anal on spacing. Subs ready to set down here in a second. I'm going to set them down here, and then I'm going to begin cabling all the speakers, and then I'm going to do a sound check following that. So basically set up all the tripods where they need to be, get the speakers set up where they need to be. I do a sound check and then I move into lighting. I'm kind of counterintuitive. I know a lot of the, when you get into the bigger stuff, like kind of like what I'm doing, like when you do trussing and stuff, a lot of times they like to set up the lighting first and then they move into sound. But I love sound more than anything, and if anything else, I love having the sound set up. That way when I'm doing lighting, I have some music to listen to. So I'm gonna set up sound now. I'm gonna cable everything. I'll walk you guys through the cables that I'm going to be using, and yeah. So one little quick nugget of information for you guys. In America, the outlets like this little dash here on the side of this outlet means that this is a 20 amp circuit. This outlet, which does not have the little side dash, which means it's not a 20 amp circuit. Well, I take that back. It doesn't really mean that it's not a 20 amp circuit. So all the cabling is done now, for the audio at least. Now all I gotta do is wait on Serato to boot up on my laptop right now, and then we can do a nice little sound check. Quickly, I'm going to walk you guys through how I run my cables now, because it's been a little bit since I've actually done a walkthrough of how the cabling is done, and a lot of speakers have changed. The SZ's got a new build in it and stuff with the DBX drive rack, so let's walk you through that. Audio starts out here. We got Serato loaded up on the laptop. It goes into the SZ here. The SZ, the main outputs from the SZ go into the DBX, go into the DBX drive rack here. The focus is going nuts here. So the DBX drive rack, I can configure 3 different outputs. So I can have 3 different outputs going to 3 different types of speakers. In this case, I have it set up so that I have an output for both the subwoofers and both of the tops. The DBX drive rack has built into it a preset for the VRX 918 SPs. It does not for the SRX. So the SRXs, I had to create in the drive rack the profile for them. So it's a whole weird thing that we can go into in a separate video. On the back side of the SZ, we have the 3 different pairs of outputs. Right here are the 2 going to the subs, and right here the 2 going to the highs. Now, like I said in my last video, all of my cables now, my XLRs, are high quality HOSA edge cables. These are probably some of the best cables you can get in the industry. NLFX cables are probably very close to being up at the same level here. These are gold plated connectors, very high quality audio stuff, and you can actually notice a difference when you're listening to it on these high quality speakers. Alright, so down here we got the VRX 918 SPs on the back side here. There's just 1 input on each of them compared to when we did both of them when we didn't have the DBX drive rack. We were doing left and right inputs because I did not have mono outputs. It's now set up so that we're going mono outputs to the subs. I have it configured so that The dial indicator on the back is at 12 o'clock. I'm probably going to change it to 3 o'clock. Nutrix power in. I could have done the power out to the power in, but I don't have that cable made yet. VRX 918s are center stacked in the center of the room. Well, center of this room, because we can't go that room. Alrighty. Following the cables over to one of the SRX tops. Right here, we got the IEC locking cable here plugged in. We have the HOSA cable coming in up here. And you guys probably can't see that, but we're running an 80 hertz crossover on the tops. Basically 80 hertz crossover on the tops, 80 hertz low pass on the subs. So, and there's a beetle crawling on my goddamn subwoofer. What the f you doing on my thing? Get the hell out of here, you stink bug. I said get out of here. I said get out of here. Hey yo, you still here? You still here? Get out of here. So I started diving into lighting now. We didn't really go too much into it at the club, or the club night that we did last 2 nights ago. But this is the new T-bar setup that we're going to be using for this homecoming season. So each T-bar is going to have an InnoSpot Pro, like normal obviously, 90 watt moving head fixture, LED. Each one of them is going to have a laser of some sort. This one's going to have the 3D laser, the other one's going to have the red and green laser, and maybe the blue and red one. I'm not sure yet. Probably not, I don't know. ProDJLighting wash moving head is going to be on both. These are super bright fixtures. If you guys have not seen these before, these things get really bright. These are 6-in-1 LEDs. Each one of those is a 10 watt 6-in-1 LED, so there's 5 of them. Really bright fixture. And then we have the color strip minis up top. And the whole point of the color strip minis is to be sort of like a blinder. Saying there's no way in heck a color strip mini is anywhere near as bright as a blinder. No, it's not. But what's cool about it is if I get in a scenario like I did last year where I had a bunch of proms where I could not use haze, the color strip mini is also like an eye candy fixture because I can do chases with it across. I'll show you guys later on here. I don't think we really showed that, but the color strip mini, there's like segments. So there's a red segment, a blue segment, and a green segment. There's a bunch of them across there. And it does actually, it's a narrow beam that travels out from it, and it does provide somewhat of a blinder. But that's the goal, is to be, instead of putting like 2 pars up there, I'm gonna put the pars underneath the scrims and light them up like I did before. But now we got the color strip mini is gonna be like kind of like a blinder. So scrims are on, obviously. 2 pars under each one is all set up and ready to go. DMX is all hooked up, just need to plug in the laptop now. Got all these are all hooked up, ready to go. Just need to plug in the receivers and turn that on, it's ready to go. Next steps I need to take is I need to get the pars for the facade all set up and ready to go. That shouldn't take too long, and that's all for setup. So wish me luck. I hopefully can get done here within the next hour. It's 12:22 right now. I started at like 10:30. Tell you guys the difference between having the anti-feedback suppression on the DBX drive rack on versus off. So this right now is the anti-feedback suppression is on currently. Now watch what happens when I turn this off. Check 1, 2, 3, 4, check 1, 2. You hear all this feedback I'm getting? I'm getting tons of feedback right now, like tons of it. You hear all that feedback? There, let's turn it back on. There, it's back on, I believe. Yes, it's back on now, and as you can hear, I have no more feedback. It's perfectly clear. So that's just one benefit of using the DBX drive rack. I will be getting around to making a video on it, guys, but feedback suppression on the DBX drive rack, right there. Amazing. It's got 12 individual live filters that it is monitoring to make sure that I don't have any feedback coming through my mic, which would sound terrible. A lot of you guys probably want to know what are my opinions on the VRX sub so far. And I did an extensive sound test today. I literally spent probably 45 minutes with a DBX drive rack, tweaking them, listening to them, turning their polarities, trying different actual positions. I tried them. I did like a parallel on one on either side. So here's my conclusion on the VRX subs, basically. As you guys know from previous school dances, I used to use two JBL 618 XLF subwoofers with two JBL 715 XLF subwoofers. Now that sound was incredible. Like the amount, that's 4 subs though. You're getting a ton of bass. These 2 subs cannot rival the amount of bass that those 4 subs can produce together. The amount of bass. Now, these subs by themselves though, when you're up in front of them within the 10 feet or something, or within the 20 feet range, they are hitting almost as hard as what all 4 subs did in my previous setup. Now, when you get back further away, they are not hitting as hard as what all 4 would, for obvious reasons. 4 subs produce a heck of a lot more output than 2 subs. Compared to the PRX 618 XLFs, I did take just the 618 XLFs out to do a lot of gigs. Remember, I used to pair those with the 712s, and that was my setup. These 2 subs are by far louder than both those subs together. By far. The fact that you can stand in front of these 20 feet and feel it in your chest just shows that they are way louder than the 618s. The 618 XLFs, I would say you can feel it in your chest maybe 10 feet in front of them when you're doing center in an open air environment. We're not talking like a banquet hall where it's smaller. This is an open air environment. The one drawback I'm having right now is the SRX tops over there. When you take those things and you play them on a 100 hertz or 80 hertz crossover like I'm doing right now, the crazy output that these SRX tops can produce, it pretty much can't be matched with the VRX sub, with 2 VRX subs. A lot of people have been saying since I posted that VRX unboxing video, why didn't you get the SRX 828s? Yes, 2 of those would be louder than these together, obviously, because they're dual 18s. They do have a little bit more power combined compared to both these 2. But like I said in the video, portability, light, all that. Down the road in the next year, when I actually get into like buying a trailer and all that fun stuff, I might pick up a pair of 828s to do high school dances with. More than likely though, I'll probably just pick up more VRX subs. Okay, we're gonna start left to right. They have a fogger here for some reason. So we have the SRX, JBL SRX 815Ps here. We got black on-stage scrims on an on-stage stand. Still have not got hydraulic stands yet, but I managed to pull them up. The SRX tops, like I said, are running on main mode. Hosa cables coming off it, Hosa 25-foot cables. Still got to tape down the cables. We got an American DJ haze generator underneath of this scrim. This is an on-stage tall T-bar stand, or scrim, white. These are the Odyssey LTP2 12-foot mega T-bars that go way up there. Below we got American DJ mega Tripar pluses, 2 of those. Up top, starting on the right here on this focuses, we have ProDJLighting wash moving head, green and red laser, red and blue Galaxian razor Royale, Chavette mini color strip, American DJ Inno Spot Pro. Moving over here into the center section, we got 4 American DJ Mega Par profiles below. A Ply Pro mic stand that's basically falling apart. It's a piece of crap. Need a new one. Audio Technica wired microphone. The focus on this phone is just terrible. It's pissing me off. Sorry guys, but Pioneer SZ, DDJ SZ, DBX Drive Rack PA2, HP NV 17-inch laptop. Really needs upgraded this winter. HP Spectra X360 running Chavez Show Express. We got the Chavez Show Express Plus back here. Donor wireless transmitter to the wireless receivers. There's 5 battery wireless receivers. Right there's one spread throughout the system. My custom homemade facade that's really showing its age now. Okay. 2 JBL VRX 918 SPs for the subs. Same T-bar over here, except instead of the red and green and the blue laser, we have the American DJ Image RGB laser. And one more SRX top. Okay guys, I'm gonna wrap it up right here from the setup portion. I will see you guys when we come back to, when we come back to turn on the hazer and get everything ready to go at around 7 o'clock. It starts at 8 o'clock and it is currently 1:10. So I got 4 or 5 hours here to go get some food in me and stuff like that. So see you guys in a bit. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Buckeye Trail High School. We are currently got everything turned on, which took like 2 seconds. I don't know why I said I was going to show up at 6:45. Terrible decision. Why didn't I wait? I didn't want to do it, but I picked up a kickstart. I've really tried to lay off kickstarts lately, but I realized that there's a lot of bad things about using energy drinks and stuff like that. So I've switched over to just doing caffeine pills, and so have a few of my buddies. We kind of realized that's a safer option. In the long-term run, just having pure caffeine and caffeine pills. I'm only taking like 100 milligrams a day, so like in the morning I'll take 100 milligram thing. It's equivalent to like half a cup of coffee or 1 cup of coffee. They say 200 milligrams is 1 cup of coffee. I think it's 100, but I'm only taking 100 in the mornings. That's purely because I hate coffee, so I need my caffeine some way. As you guys know, I'm very, very, very busy individual, and there's no way I can make it through a day without caffeine. There's no way I could possibly do it. I just am way too busy with DJing, school, starting this new business, working on potentially opening up. I'm not going to say it on camera, but there's something that's going to be coming to this channel that's going to allow you to buy stuff related to DJing in this channel. So you can probably figure it out from there, but that's coming in the future, hopefully.
You know, I have one question.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed that little clip right there of basically the setup. I'm up top right now, looking down on the setup, which is really cool to do. My logo is huge over there. We still have 19 minutes before they show up, so let's go! Explain real quick that is not my hazer that set that off. The kids brought their own fogger and plugged it in. A fogger here for some reason. And I was looking at it going, God damn, this thing's about to set off the fire alarm. What do you know? 45 minutes in, it's setting off. So this is the end of the homecoming. It's over. A lot of stuff. A lot of stressful stuff tonight. Everyone seemed to have a great time though. The principal just came up to me and said that everyone had a blast. Everyone loved it. Now, I personally had a struggle of a time behind the decks. I didn't make it look like I did, but I did. I mean, first off, we had the fire alarm going off because the kids brought their own fogger. My hazer was fine. I literally hazed up the place, shut it off, was doing good. And they plugged in their fogger. That fogger ran for like 20 minutes of theirs. My hazer was off the whole time. They ran their fogger for like 20 minutes. There goes the alarm. Let's see, what else happened? The principal ended up booking me for 8 to 11, but the kids had it set 8 to 12, so I had to play an extra hour afterwards, which threw me completely off because I already played most of the hits up until there because right the build up to 11 I started hammering hits and it was doing really good. What else happened? So that extra hour also threw me off on my battery donor receivers. 3 of them went out, had to rush and grab cables and plug them in to keep them going. Also not something that really anyone noticed. I just had to rush and do it real quick. So there was something else that happened. Other than that, mixing wise was pretty smooth. I did feel a little rusty behind the decks playing high school music. I'm not used to playing high school music. Also, it's the first homecoming since prom season, or the first high school dance since prom season. So trying to figure out what the kids are listening to now is challenging, as you guys probably know. But ended up getting the hang of it for the most part, and they seem to be having a blast the whole night. Foam sticks, huge hit. I'll show you guys, there's tons of foam laying around in there. Anyways, that was it. It was a great homecoming. The sound system sounded great. Very punchy, very loud. Shout, shout, shout. Anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much it for my purpose on talking on this gig. Great gig overall, pretty rusty for me, but everyone had a blast there, and that's what's important. No one noticed all the struggles that I had going on in the background. When the fire alarms went off, I literally just cranked the SRXs up a little bit more because I had them down about 4 dB, so I bumped them up to -1 dB and kind of overpowered the sirens that were going off, so that worked out great. Michael, what's your thoughts on the first homecoming of the year?
Pretty good, except for that fire alarm there.
Not our fault, but
Yeah.
I already told him about that. What else? Anything else?
It's pretty fun. The foam sticks went pretty good, but now I realize the aftermath of it's not really.
You guys can see there's foam laying everywhere throughout here. So that's pretty much it. Check out the shirt. Check out the shirt. Turn it up. Neat shirt. Hint, hint of something that might be coming in the future for my channel. Cheers, because I still have Kickstart left, to a great first homecoming. We have another 3 this season, I think. I'm not sure, 2 or 3 on this season. Next week is the big, ginormous SLM Entertainment collab with DJ Rick Webb. Giant homecoming. So I'm definitely going to be, now that I got a little bit of a taste of what the homecomings are like right now, I'm going to be doing a lot of practice leading up until next week. But that way I can nail it out of the park this year. Alrighty guys, anyways, my name is DJ Rick Webb. Keep them records spinning. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Bow.